December. Let me just get the chat up so that I can see when you guys are there, and let me just double check we are on. Yay! We are, and you can hear me. Yay! Result. How is everyone this evening? I hope that you guys can join me tonight. There is obviously a World Cup going on, which I know a lot of people are interested in, but we'd rather be crafting, wouldn't we? We'd much rather be crafting. Well, I know I would anyway. So I hope you guys are able to join me and craft along with me. If not, you will be able to watch this on the replay, of course. So hello if you're watching on the replay. So it is the 1st of December. So now it is official. We can get fully Christmassy. So that is what I'm going to do. And I also want to just say, while we're waiting for everyone to get, to join me and see that we're live, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone that purchased from our Black Friday sale. It's probably one of the best Black Fridays that we've ever had. Yeah, I'm just so grateful to you all, because I know times are really tough. That's why we did a really great sale, and hopefully you've been able to find some bargains and pick up maybe some things that you've had your eye on for a while but just wanted them at the right price. So thank you so much, guys. It's meant the world to us. Hopefully you've got your goodies by now. If not, they are on their way to you. And yeah, you can do a bit of Christmas crafting with me. Hello to Claire. Hello to Laura Ann. Hi, Tina. How are you all? Claire says football is not required. I do agree. I have to confess, I have been watching it, and I have been quite into it in a weird way, but I can also take it or leave it. Tonight we've got serious crafting to be done, so I am leaving it. What did I do with those? Right, I remember what I've done with them. So tonight's project, I'm looking around me because I feel like I was going to grab something and I forgot what it was. Oh, that's right. I'm looking for what am I looking for? What am I looking for? My marbles, yes. And has just very kindly offered that it might be my marbles I'm looking for. But no, that wasn't it. I am looking for this. That's right. This is what I am looking for. So, today's card. Hello to Lucy as well. It was awesome. Thank you. You're very welcome. Hello there to Have Faith in Cards. And Danielle, hello to you as well. So tonight's card is inspired by this card here that Jane made for the new release. I absolutely love these edge-to-edge shakers. So I don't know if you can see that. It's like been wrapped in this plastic so that it's edge-to-edge rather than having to build it up. It's like it's been enveloped in the acetate, and then obviously some lovely shaker bits in there, and then the Let It Snow sentiment. So I love this, and I've been wanting to make one of these edge-to-edge shakers for ages. So so I thought I would give it a go, but I'm going to do it slightly differently too. So this is going to be my version of Jane's, because Jane's is perfect the way it is. So I'm going to do my version of it, and I'm going to use the penguins for mine, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I don't even know if I might do it this way. I might make it landscape actually, now I think about it, because yeah, I can get more on it that way. And I'm going to use the Christmas sentiment rather than the Let It Snow, and then the sub-sentiment of it's penguining to look a lot like. So that's my theory. And then I'm going to use these shaker bits. So I love the shaker bits that that Jane used. They're really sparkly, and if I've got some sparkly bits that I can add to it, I might do. I'm not sure if these will be too chunky. I don't think so because they're flat clay. But the reason that I like these are our penguin. I want to say they're the penguin party, but I can't remember. But they're one of our embellishment mixes, which I should know that, but I can't remember. My brain has gone. But it's got all the lovely snowflakes and the penguins. So I love that. So I'm going to use those. And the reason that I was looking for the walrus is I am going to copy what Jane has done in her background here. I'm going to do some heat embossing with this snowflakes to make a little background. So that is the plan. Now, with the edge to edge shaker, you're probably going to need a panel on the front so that you can tuck that under so that you don't see any of the workings, because you don't want to see any of that on the inside. Now, let me just grab my bit of acetate that I'm thinking of using. This acetate I actually got in some packaging today, so it's quite flexible, which I thought would be quite good for folding, because you don't want it to be too rigid so that it doesn't fold well. So I think that's going to be quite pliable. I'm sure you couldn't really see that very well. I have already got some of my penguins stamped out, so we're going to use some of those. And we've got a cat come to visit. This is Maisie. Hello, Maisie. Danielle says, oh, this is right up her street. Jessica says she loves the Let It Snow card. Hi, Jessica. How are you? And Have Faith in Cards. I'm so sorry that I always call you by your YouTube handle. I am ready to pounce on the postman the second I see him. Need to get my hands on my time for tea goodies and get crafting. You absolutely do. I'm just going to move this little cat out of the way before she gets tangled in something that she shouldn't. So I do want mine to go edge to edge. So I need a bit of white card. So I thought I might have had a spare piece, but it looks like I have been using all of my white card. So I'm going to have to grab a piece and cut it to size. So I've got a piece of white card here. I was going to use maybe some blue card and use that, but it's I want to do some ink blending, so we're going to do that instead. So bear with me while I grab some dies. Just talk amongst yourselves for a minute while I find the right ones. Oh, I need those. That's my Christmas one. Excuse me. And this is my A2 layering dies. So the card blank that I'm using is an A2 size. Excuse me. It's an American A2 size card. So I need my A2 layering dies. It's typical that you don't cough all day, do you, Maisie? No. And then as soon as you go on a live, you start coughing, don't you? Daniel says, oh, I've already said that. Shani says, oh, love this. Lucy says, Charlotte's loving this. Hello to Charlotte. You're also a Joe. I thought you were a Joe there, but I didn't want to say in case I got it wrong. So, hello, Joe. Annalisa throws me sometimes when she comes on via YouTube because she's called Airworks, which is nothing to do with her name, so it confuses me no end. Right, so let's chop this down a little. And then let's get some ink blending done onto our background. So I like the blue theme that that Jane has come up with. That's why I'm using the blue for my card base, because I thought that be a really nice base for the card. So I'm going to try my best to kind of mirror that colour, although I won't get it exact, I'm sure. So I'm just going to pop this through my Gemini. So I just load up my plates, which are currently still straight, thankfully. The nice new plates. Now, I know that you have all just probably spent all of your crafty allowance for the year in the Black Friday sales, but I do need to let you know a big secret today. We do have a mini release coming. So the mini release is going to be a combination of stamps, stencils and digital products. So many of them are geared towards like quick and simple cards, or to maybe some of your memory keeping. So if that's something that you start to get into, like myself, these will be perfect for. But they're also some really great sets that are perfect for some really cool cards. So yeah, so I'm excited to share those with us. So next Thursday's live, and I'll say this again before we finish, next Thursday's live, make sure to tune in because I'll be revealing all of the new release, because it is only a mini release, so we'll not be doing a countdown like we normally do. I'll just be showing you the full release in one go. Right. So that's the public service announcement. Done. Shani says she can't wait for my Black Friday goodies to arrive. Going to be ordering the new release tomorrow too. Oh yes, thank you for reminding me, Shani. The new release, the new release from the beginning of the month, that went out of stock is now back in stock. So we did have it available for pre-order, with it due to ship tomorrow. It has come in. It is in the store. So we will be shipping that out from tomorrow. So if you want it and you want it, you know, soon, get your order in now, and we'll be shipping those out tomorrow. So yes, thank you for reminding me about that, Shani, because that is a really, really good, good little reminder for me, that one. So I'm going to use a bit of tumbled glass, and then not sure what I'm thinking, maybe a bit of faded jeans. We might try a bit of that just to make it a little bit more moody. I do like the colours that that Jane's used. I feel like she might have used a bit of broken china. What do you guys think? Should we try that? We might try that instead, because I like the contrast with the dark blue. The dark blue I think looks really, really cool. So I'm really enjoying that look. So let's start with the tumbled glass, and I think I'm going to use my big extra large brush here. So Jo says how exciting, she can't wait to see. Oh, you're going to love it. The stencils, I've just had a little play with one of the new stencils. They are only just in, and I absolutely love them. You're just going to love them. You really are just going to love them. So I'm excited to show them you. They're not just for Christmas. They can be used at all times of year. Some of them are, a couple of them are very Christmassy, I guess, but the others you can definitely use for all of your crafting. So I'm really excited to show them you. And the digital stuff, I think you're going to adore as well. I'm hoping to get a little bit of a digital kind of digital day, if you like, up and running, so that we can do some digital products for those of you that for those of you that don't do a lot of the digital stuff. I'm just going to test this on here because I've not used the broken china for a while, but I do quite like that. Or do we go with the faded jeans because it's a bit more of a And it is darker, but yeah, I do quite like that. The tumbled glass is almost identical to our card base, isn't it? So I do really like that. So I think I'm going to go with the darker faded jeans because I really think that looks cool. I'm going to add a bit more of this tumbled glass because a nice thick layer of this I think is going to look really good. That's nice thick layer. This extra large brush, if any of you managed to get your hands on some of these, maybe in the sale or on Hobby Maker when we brought them, because we had them at such a good price, they are really, really great for this kind of thing. So I'm going to use the same brush, I think. No, I'm not. I'm going to actually, because I want to control it a bit more, I'm going to use one of my MIDI brushes. This faded jeans is quite juicy, so I am going to just be very careful about adding this around the outside. Normally I would just go straight in there, but I am very heavy-handed, which I know I've definitely told you guys that before. I am a very heavy-handed ink blender, which is why I do like the brushes, because it allows me to control myself a little bit. I'm still quite heavy-handed, and I still like the bold blends, but I do think that the brush means that I am not, you know, really going for it, if you know what I mean. So just adding a little bit around the edges. Ooh. So that it's going to come in a little bit. So we've got a bit of depth around the outside. This little girl has just curled up on my other chair in front of my desk. I'm going to sleep. I don't know. Just I think pets and crafts just go so well together, don't they? I mean, they keep us company when we're just sat, just quietly going about our business. So I'm going to go back in now. And go back in with the tumbled glass to kind of blend some of that colour back outwards. So we've got this really nice halo of colour. So you can see how that's softening those edges, pushing the colour back towards the outer edge. So that's looking really, really nice. So I'm just pushing the colour with my brush. And again, like I said, the big brush, if you've not got the big brush and you're doing large backgrounds like this, you really, you know, want to invest, because it makes just such easy work of it. So we've got that lovely blue background. That's really, really pretty. Love that. So let's pop those back. And then, so my options are, I could do some ink blending, some heat embossing, like I say there. Or I could try stamping with white. Now, I don't know if it will show up on this background, so, but do I want it to be stand out a bit more? Maybe. So that's where heat embossing works really well. So just cleaning off my brushes and pop them back in my caddy out of the way, and then let's clean up. So you see, this is going to sit on that card base, and it's going to look like it is part of the card, which is good. So that's nice clean. I have given my 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 silicone mat a good clean recently as well, and it's the cleanest it's looked for ages. Oh, hello, Aunt. Would you like to come and say hello? Hello. Don't trip over the cat. I know. So the Arnie and Maisie are both jet black cats. And at night, when you've not got not got all the lights on, you very easily stand on one of them because you can't see them at all. Oh, Joe says that you're a stencil addict, are you? I do love my stencils, and I love my stencils more now because of the blender brushes, because they just make it so easy. So I need a bit of paper. Have I got a bit of scrap paper? Let me just grab a bit of copier paper here, because if we're going to do some ink blending, oh goodness me, I can't speak tonight. We're going to do a bit of heat embossing. First of all, I'm going to add a load of this anti-static powder onto my background, because we are going to get some little splatters of the white embossing powder, because we're using distress ink and it does take a bit longer to dry. So, but I'm not worried. It's fine if it does. It's totally fine if we get a few splatters because it's snowing. So I'm going to get this little get these little stamps. I think I can tell, I can really tell when I've been on my own for a long time and I've not actually spoken any words, because I find them really hard to get out. So I'm sorry if I'm not making a lot of sense tonight. Ant's asking me if I've been on the aisle. I haven't. I wish I had, but I wish I could use that as an excuse, but I actually can't. So this is just me being a bit random. So I've got my embossing ink, my Wow embossing ink. I have got my 3 different types of snowflake, all in different sizes, which is nice. And then I've got my my Glacier White Ultra Fine embossing powder, which is from Sweet Dixie, which is one of my favourites. And have a little drink. Okay, so let's go for it. So I'm just going to randomly add these onto my background. And I might be tempted, oh no, I'm working quite quickly. You want to work quite quickly because you don't want your ink to dry. So if you think, oh, it might be, it might likely dry out, then you might want to do it maybe a layer at a time. So we do have a little collaboration with Wow coming up as well. We're taking part in their 25 days of Christmas, which is really exciting. So you'll be seeing a little creation from me that involves Wow. So if you're a fan of the Wow products, do look out for that, because I think they're doing like giveaways and various things. So I'm going to leave that there because I think possibly some of the ink might be drying under the light. So I'm just going to, and we can always add to this. That's the great thing, is that you can go back in once you've done one layer. If you think, oh, there's not quite enough of my snowflakes, you can go back in and just add some more. So I'm just trying to be careful and not put my fingers in anything. Just give that a little tap off, just gently, just to get off any excess bits. But that looks quite good coverage, doesn't it? There might be a little gap just there, but that's probably going to be covered up by our little critters and things. So again, I'm not going to worry too much about that. done that. Right, I'm going to get the heat tool out, and hopefully this doesn't scare the little cat away. I don't think it will. She's not scared by too many things. Although she doesn't like my hairdryer. She's opened an eye. What do you think? She's just opened an eye. Right, so I'm going to lift this up. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to bring the heat underneath to begin with until it catches. I'm just going to hold it in place and then hopefully be able to see it start to catch and change. Oh, I feel like my cardstock burnt a little there. It's gone a bit yellow. Maybe I was holding it a bit close. I'm going to hold it from the front. Oh no, it's definitely yellowing my cardstock. Maybe it's too hot. Maybe I am holding it too close just so that I can get it on camera, but too far away and it's not going to catch, so I'll just go for it and see what happens. I don't think I've had that before. Not to worry. Let's make sure we've got all of that set. And once it's all set, lovely. So once it's all set, I don't know if you can see there that there are some bits that have, where it seems to have discoloured my cardstock. Another way of doing this is that you could stamp your snowflakes first and then ink blend over the top. So that is another way of doing it. Now, these areas where it's gone a little bit yellow, what I might try and see if I can actually I can go back over it with the blue, and that might remove some of that discoloration. So I'm just going to flex it back out because it has warped a little. Remove that because we don't need that now. So yeah, that's I don't think that's happened before. So, but I'm happy with the way that it's stamped, and that looks really, really pretty. And if it doesn't blend out, I don't think it's going to be really, any major things. It just looks like Northern Lights. Yeah, I think it does look quite pretty. But let's see if we can. Might just turn it more green. I don't know. So just add a little blue over the top. It might not really be dark enough blue, this one, to go over it. No, it's not really, unless I go over it with the darker blue, which I don't want to do. So I don't think it actually really matters, does it? I think it looks quite nice as it is, so I'm not going to worry about that. But I am just going to wipe over it with my microfiber cloth just to make those little snowflakes shine. So in a way, I think it does look quite pretty. It's a bit of a happy accident, really. Okay. Oh, what I might do while I've got it in this, I'm considering whether I do some splatters, because I do like a little splatter. But is that going to be too much once we've got all our shaper bits in there? Maybe maybe we don't need the sweater. We shall see. Right, so I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm a bit kind of throw the kitchen sink at it sometimes, and sometimes you just need to back off, don't you? You just need to just chill. So, right, let's have let's just clean my stamps up, and then we're going to work on our shaker element, I think, and then we can do our little bits of embellishments. Now, my only query to myself is, do I want to stick all of my embellishments on the front, or do I want one in the background? Because I need to work that out before I put my bits together, don't I? So one idea that I had here was to put the little igloo in the background. Underneath the shaker. So there's my little characters. So yeah, so I thought maybe the little igloo could sit in the background, and then the others could sit on the back. I don't really want anything to impede my shaker bits, but I don't think it will. See, if you tried to get that blend, you'd struggle. Yes, if you tried to get that blend, yes, you would. You wouldn't be able to get it like that, would you? So it's quite cute. So I think that I might be tempted to have maybe just like a little bit of a snowbank with my little igloo on top. So for my snowbank, I'm going to get the Slimline Hillside Scene dies, because these have really cool little curvy dies in here. And I can use this offcut here. I'm just going to use my my background just to help me line this up and size it up. So just trim that down, and then from the other side, because we've got blue on that side, I'm going to, which way up do I want it? I think I'll have it going that way, and I don't want it to come too high up, so I think just there is going to be fine. I hope I've sized that right and not cut it too short. I think it'll be fine. Pop this through the machine. Sorry about the noise for a second. And then we'll colour up our igloo. So there we go. We've got our little snowbank that will sit just along there. But I want it to go that way. No, I like this way. I don't know why. So that will stick on there. Really handy set of dies, these. I've used them a lot recently for various different projects. They're just, even though they're slimline, they'll work for larger cards, for your smaller cards. They're just really, really useful. So let's have a little colour up. Which ones am I going to use? I think I'm going to use the guy with the presents, and then I think so we're going to have the little igloo that's going to sit there, and then we're going to have the guy with the presents, and I think maybe one of these little chaps with a little candy cane will look quite crispy. I do like this little character here though, with the little bauble. So I think maybe I might be tempted to go for that one. So let's let's do a little bit of colouring in. So the igloo is going to be super easy because I'm just going to use pale blue on it pretty much, because it's made from ice. So all I'm going to do really is go round some of those lines and around the door and inside that window there. And I'm going to take my blender pen, which I think is about to run out. I mean, I have had it for about a million years. I've recently put in an order with Cult Pens and I didn't get that, did I? Oh, and these are ice blocks as well around the outside here, so that's going to need a bit of colour as well. So again, let's just blend that out a little bit. There we go. And then for my door, because like I said, we're going to be doing kind of this darker blue situation, I think I'm going to go with, I'm trying to work out what colours Jane's used there, and I can't see. B29, that looks like a nice colour. It's a really nice dark colour. Okay, let's have a look. Where are you? B23. See for looking. Oh, it's there. Wow, that looks quite dark actually. Let's give it a try. So I've got B23, B24 and then B29, which I've allegedly got B28, which that does not look like B29. That looks like B28. Who knows what I've done? Maybe I've swatched out the wrong colour. Sorry while I just look randomly for pens. Oh, I love that colour. That's a really nice colour, isn't it? That's nice. I think that might go really nicely. So that's B99 and 97. Sorry, this bit's really boring, isn't it? I do apologise. Oh, there's B28. I did have a B28 after all. Let's see what that looks like. B28 looks darker than B29. But these colours, the B97 and the 99, are practically identical. Wow, that's weird. Bear with me, everyone, while we just do some investigations. 93 and 95. Let's go for this. I like this combo. They're a bit more of a... I like all of these, actually. They all look really nice together, but I'm going to go with this for my door. So this is B93. Apologies. So yes, so there we go. So Jo says she didn't realise they were that long, the slimline dies, the hillside scene ones. They're brilliant. They're really, really good. So this is the B95. And we're just going to add a little bit more of that, and then we'll go for the B97. Some real depth there and around there. And then what I think I'm going to do for a little pop of colour is go for red, because I think red and that blue just look really nice together. And then for the window, I think I'm going to go with just making it look like somebody's in there. So some nice warm yellows. Let's do a little bit of an orangey yellow, bit of an orangey glow. Oh, what am I doing? That's better. Make it a little bit orangey, look a little bit warmer then, doesn't it? Because these yellows are quite acidic. That just looks like a nice warm little glow coming from the little igloo. So let's do these two chaps here. So for my little penguins, I think I'm going to go neutral greys. So I've got neutral 7, neutral 5, and if I can find the neutral 3, we'll go for that as well. So I do go grey for my penguins, because if you were just to go straight in with black, they're just going to look very, very flat. So we don't want that. We don't want flat penguins. So we're just going to add some highlight with this paler grey, and then we can darken them up so that they're almost black, but not quite. So I'd like to leave like a little bit of a halo at the top, and then the centre of those wings. So I'm just outlining the wings really, and then at the top of the head leaving enough of a gap to make it look like there's a bit of a shadow. And then the darkest colour is going to go around on the outside, under that hat, the bottom, on the outside of there. There we go. And the same for this little guy, which with the little bit of mistletoe, holly in her hair, I feel like she's a little girl. This one, I don't know why. So blend that out, leaving space for just some for the palest grey highlight. You're coming to have a look again. Maisie's woken up. She's coming to have a little sniff. Coming to see what I'm doing. Don't fall. Oh, she's realised there's no room. Go and see what your dad's doing. So Ant's been working today. So he's just come home from work as we started the live. So that's why you'll have just seen him pop in. So that's that. So for the inside of their little bodies, I like to use E40 because it's like I don't know, it's brown, but it's kind of grey at the same time. So I just outline the white bits, because no white bits are truly white. They do always have a little bit of a shadow or some shading. So again, I'm just going to I've used the E41 and now I'm using the E40 just to blend that out a little bit, really roughly. And then where did I put my blender pen? Let's run out. I've literally just had it in my hands, haven't I? There she is, look. And then I can push that back again with my blender just to soften those edges. So that's looking cute. These guys are coming to life. The red is going on that mistletoe. Oh, it's called it mistletoe again. Clearly my brain is not working today, so apologies for that. On his little Santa hat. And that is so small, I'm really not going to worry about doing any more to that. I've got my Y35, which is going to give me some nice bright little feet and beaks, which is going to look so cute. And then for the for the green of the holly, I'm going to use a green which is called mistletoe. So that is set to confuse me even more, but I think it works. So a bit of mistletoe on my holly. And then we'll go back to our blues for our bauble here. Bit of B95 and then some B97. And on these little presents, I'm going to go with, let's do B93 here with a bit of B97. Just to add a bit of dimension there. Blend that out. And then for the top one, I think I'll go for those lighter blue shades that we had. So this is the B23, and I'm going to colour in that little. In fact, I wish I'd done that in red. I wonder if I can go over it. Can it work? I think it's a red enough red to cover that up. Yeah, that's better. And then final little touch I think on here is some cool grey one for that for the white bits that I've left, and for the top of that bauble. So I think we've sorted that quite nicely. The one thing that I do want to do, I think, on my little present here is just add some jelly roll stripes, because it just, I don't know, I just like to do that. I think it looks cute. So, and you can add more decorations to any of your presents. It's entirely up to you what you do. So, pop all my pens away and we can cut these out now. So, I'm just going to trim them out of my card here, because then we can pop them through our mini die cutting machine, which is so much easier. Where shall I pop that where I'm not going to lose it? I'm going to lose it, aren't I? So, little craft buddy. I'm also going to cut out the sentiment as well while we're at it. Might as well do that as well, hadn't we? Because we do have the die for that. So that is penguin number 1 and penguin number 2, and then that's my sentiment. Okay, so let's do this. wasn't too boring watching me doing the colouring in. Sometimes it's the deciding on the actual pens that is the big thing, isn't it? So, and I'm so indecisive sometimes. I think that's a symptom of being a bit tired and having too many tabs open. Is anybody else guilty of having too many tabs open in their brain? Because I feel like I definitely have at the moment. I'm doing so many different projects all at once, and we're obviously trying to prepare for Christmas. So while we're on the subject of Christmas, has anybody sorted all the Christmas shopping out yet? Have you got? Are you super organised and got your presents bought and wrapped already on the 1st of December? And making me feel hopeless, because we are very much a lastminute.com family in that respect. I do really love the wrapping up of the presents though. That's one of my favourite things to do. So I kind of, I don't know, I put that off a little bit so that I can spend time and just really savour it, because I absolutely love the whole wrapping thing, because I guess it's like the crafty bit of Christmas that I just really enjoy. Obviously we do the cards, don't we, and the tags and things, so this is what I mean, it's all part of the whole process. And I love to sit in front of the tree, get all my wrapping paper, get all my tags. I like to have all my tags already prepared, get all my tags out, get you know, my ribbons and all the other like little embellishments that I might put on there, and just put a Christmas film on, and then just spend all day just wrapping presents. I love it. Danielle says, not the biggest fan of Christmas tree, I'm still a bit of a bar humbug, but you like making Christmas cards, Danielle. Do you like making those? And Lucy says, dreading wrapping my hoard of time for tea, lol. And Claire says, 95% bought and wrapped. What on earth? That is super organised. Shani says, I'm here, Joe. I really enjoy the process of colouring. Oh, thank you. And Laura Ann says, most of the largest bits of being ordered don't really do much wrapping as Santa brings it in sacks. That's very good of Santa. He's very good like that. Lucy's almost done. And Tina says, nope, it's my daughter's 16 soon, so trying to get organised for that. Oh, 16 is a big number as well, isn't it? So, yes. But people who've got birthdays in December, it must be, you know, it's frustrating. We have 2 family members with birthdays in December. So we're buying them Christmas presents and birthday presents. And it's kind of like, it's hard enough sometimes to think of 1 present, never mind 2. Oh, I forgot to cut that one out. What's a sausage? Right, let's pop that one through. Just put everything away. I was that carried away thinking about the amount of presents that we've got to do. Danielle says, no, I find Christmas cards difficult. So strange that they're probably the most common. With the right tools, such as yours, it defo helps though. Shani also says wrapping is her favourite. I'm the same, in front of the tree with a Christmas film. It's just like, it's Christmas to me. It's just bliss. I love it. I am a big fan of Christmas, Danielle. I'm very sorry. Ant's a bit more like you. He can really take it or leave it, I think. But he's kind of forced to get involved because of me. I don't know, I think like with anything, Danielle, they are hard if you've not got the right tools, aren't they? So, okay, so I've got this out because I'm going to use this to score my, go on, speak with your words, my shake a bit, my little envelope bit. But what I'm going to do is, first, I am going to just stick this together and decide where I want my little people. So I could have them at either side of the igloo, And then we could have its penguining to look a lot like, let's get my Christmas. Where's my Christmas going to go? My Christmas is obviously going to sit this way around. So it's going to be, Christmas is going to be there, isn't it? Or this goes down here. No, I think that looks better in the middle. These guys here, Christmas, and then it's penguining to look a lot like. Now, to be honest with you, this as a little scene, you do not need the shaker element. I don't think. I think this looks really cute as a card on its own. So if you wanted to, just do this as a card and you've got what you need. But we're going to try something a bit different, aren't we? So we're going to go for it and see what happens. So I need to stick this down first, and hopefully it will not impede the shaker bits at all. It's all a bit of an experiment at this stage. And then we've got this on here. So again, we're going to stick this directly to the background because I don't want it to impede any of my shaker bits. So I'm putting plenty of glue on there, and then I'm sticking that there. I know my Christmas is going to come about there. I might move it down a tad. There we go. Christmas is going to go there. Penguining to look a lot like. He's a little bit on the wonk, but that don't matter. Right, so I don't know what I'm cutting that out of yet. I might do a bit of an ink blend for a blue Christmas, or we could use a bit of shimmer. So what Jane's done is she's used this lovely sparkly cardstock, which is nice. She might even have used a bit of wow on there, which I think that looks really cool. So for some reason these have fallen down. Now I'm going to stick on my shake like envelope with some red liner tape, because that's going to stick quicker than if I was to use glue. So I'm going to, this is really fine tape, I can never find the end of it. There we go. So I'm going to add this on first so that I've got something for my acetate to stick to when I pop this together, and then this panel will then stick to my card base. So just going all the way around. There we go. Ooh. So I'm definitely going to need my pokey tool, and we're definitely going to need our scoreboard now. So this is the We Are Memory Keepers scoreboard, and it has this this bit that you take out, you flip it over, and that's what makes it the scoreboard. The other side is for your trimmer. And I've got my acetate piece here, and that this is, I'm going to butt it up against here to figure out where my score lines need to be. So I'm going to use this as my template, and I want to leave a border all the way around the outside so that I can fold it, if you see what I mean. So I can see there that if I just trim this along here, we shouldn't use my paper scissors to cut acetate, should we? So I'm just going to put that up against the edge and cut it all the way down there. Okay, so that's up against the top there. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. That's up against the top there. I've placed it in the middle of two score lines. So I've got a score line here and a score line there. I might move it a bit further this way so that we've got a more of an even amount of acetate on either side. Yeah, that seems to work. So I'm going to score along there, and hopefully that score line's going to have taken. Not so much. You probably won't be able to see it because it is so obviously it's very see-through. So let's try that again. And it might be a case of I can't score it, I just have to wrap it. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but I can see it just. So I'm going to fold it on that score line that I can just about see. Fold it. There we go. So now we've got a little fold on one side and a smudge of my finger. Oh, Danielle loves Halloween. Which you see, I don't really do Halloween so much. I enjoy Halloween, but I don't really do a lot. So now for this side, I think the easiest thing to do is to probably wrap it around and fold it over that way. Then I know I've got it the right size, if you see what I mean. So it's gonna have a little bit of a give to it because you're wrapping it around, and that's going to be good because that's going to mean that your shaker bits should be able to move around in theory. Now that's the front. I wonder how cold igloos really are inside. Yeah, and if you set a fire, will you just melt them? Tina says she should have been born in February but didn't want to miss Christmas. Oh wow, very, very keen to get here, bless her. So this side, I'm going to open it up and then fold along there. Let's take our little piece out just to reinforce that score line, and then I'm going to do the same on this side. Oh, this is looking really cute already. I'm excited to see what this is going to be like. So fold that across there. As you know, I don't do measuring and all of that business. If I've got a die to do it for me, then I just make it up. Lucy says, I'd say the Christmas can look like smoke from the fire in the igloo. Oh my goodness, what a cool idea. I have not thought of that, but I really like that idea. So that means I think it needs to be white, doesn't it? Right, so now we've got this folded little square thing, but I don't need these notches on the corners. So and I hope you can, I don't know if you can see this very well, but basically I'm just going to cut in a diagonal across that corner and do the same across that corner, and then again on that corner, and then final one, just a nice angle. Again, don't ask me what angle that was. They're probably all slightly different, but what that means is that when we fold them over on the other side, they should nicely meet and tuck into each other. So let's just pop this out of the way and let's see how this shaker's gonna work. See if we can assemble it. So Maisie's come back to say hello. So if we were to wrap this around the front here, see I've got a little bit of a gap at this side, but we're going to need a little bit of gap in so that it's that we can get all our shaker bits in there and it moves around, you see. So don't worry about that. So, but we're not going to take this bit off the top just yet, because that's where I'm going to put my shaker bits in. So I'm just going to take these bits off here. And so this is my bottom piece. I'm going to make sure my bottom piece is nicely stuck on. And then we're going to do the same with this. So I'm going to make sure that that edge is nicely butt up and pressed up against the edge. So again, it's going to create a little bit of a bubble on the front, but that's okay because we need it to do that. And then secure that bit down. So now we've got that fully secured on the front. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. So I'm going to get my, I've actually put a few bits in my, this is my little embellishment little dish. And as you can see, I've been using it to store some bits here for a project that I've been working on. But I want to pop some of these guys in here to make it a bit easier for me to fill this shaker. So I never know how many shaker bits to put in. Sometimes I go mad, put too many in. So let's put a few in, give them a shake around. Does that feel like enough? Kind of covering up our igloo a little bit. But it's kind of cute, isn't it? Do you think? Too many or just enough? Might take one or two out just so that it doesn't fully cover up that igloo when they all fall to the bottom. Oh, that's kind of cute, isn't it? So I like it, and they're all sitting really nicely. So I am going to just poke in this to flatten some of them out a little bit before I seal it up, because we want it to seal up properly. And if some of them are sticking forwards, then it won't. That's it. Lay down, Mr. Penguin. There we go. They want to pop up again. Because of the static, probably. Which probably would have been a good idea to have rubbed my anti-static over the top. So, more! Charlotte says more! I think we've got enough now. So I am gonna just take off the backing now. And then again, I'm just gonna put that up against the back, stick that together, and now we've got our encapsulated edge to edge. How cool is that? I love it. I love it. So what did I do in the card base? Where did that bad boy go? There he is. So now we can pop this straight onto our card base, and it's going to be a full edge to edge shaker, which is really cool. I am tempted again to use tape to stick this down, which I never ever do. I never do this because I'm scared. I'm not very good with tape, I have to say, but because I'm sticking acetate to the back of my card, this is definitely going to work better than glue. So we're just going to go for it, and you're going to wish me the best of luck and hope that I do it accurately. Lol. I could use my stamping platform to help me position it, because sometimes that really does help, you know, if you're trying to line things up. So we could do that, we could just wing it. Depends how lazy I'm feeling. So another way of doing it is to line it up at the bottom like this, and then lay it down like so. That actually went quite well. that did go quite well. Yay! I love it. We've got an edge-to-edge shaker. Love this. So, pop the rest of those bits back in their little bag there. Little baggie. And stick that back in there. So, we've got our two little penguins that are going to sit on the front, which are going to look really cute. We're going to have our sentiment at the top. And then we've also got Christmas here. So I'm going to have a little look in my stash here. Where have my metallic bits of cardstock? That's what we're looking for. Metallic cardstock. Here we go. What have I got in here then? That might be of interest. All of my metallic cardstock that I had has been fully used, but I do have this little piece of sparkle. Yes, that is exactly what I want. That's exactly it. Right, let's try this, and then I could back it either onto, oh, I can't even, I'm so excited I can't even pick it up. I can use some of this holographic, which is probably blinding you all, or I could do it onto some white, but I think the holographic's going to look cool as well. So let's run this through here. I'm so excited about this card. Thank you to Jane for the inspiration. Oh dear, we've got some Sexy 69 fun, putting some weird comments on. We seem to be getting that a lot on YouTube. Sorry about that if you're watching on YouTube, and we're getting some spam. So I shall report those comments after. Or if anybody else wants to report them, please feel free. It's very annoying. So let's poke this out. I love this Christmas die. All of our sentiment dies are always so useful. It's nice to just add a little bit of extra something. And they even cut, even though this is quite a fine, delicate script, it still cuts out of this lovely blingy cardstock. So that's really cool. Oh, I'm so excited about this card. I might, you know, this card, I might give this to my mum and dad. This might be a card for mum and dad. So there is a dot for the eye. I'm going to leave that in the actual die itself so that we don't lose it. So we've got Christmas there. It might not need a background, to be fair, because then you can see more of the actual thing. But also on the back of that would look quite cute. So I am gonna cut it out, and then we either use it or we don't. We could, if we don't use it on this project, we could use it on another one, can't we? So nothing ever goes to waste. I need to grab myself some more of my metallic cardstock from the shop, because I'm definitely going to need it this Christmas. Alison says, I never take off all the tape at once, but just the alternate corners. That's also a very good tip, Alison. I have been partial to doing that technique myself in the past, and I forgot to do that today. Thankfully, it didn't end in disaster. I do have a little bit of a strip at the bottom, but do you know what? I'm not bothered. I'm just going to, I can actually just trim that with my scissors if it really bothered me. So that would be the Christmas backed onto the holographic. I think that looks pretty awesome, to be honest with you. I mean, you've got a bit of glare there from the acetate. If I bring that up a little bit and try and show it you without like totally blinding you all, I think that looks really cute. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you for reporting the weirdos. I don't know why. I just don't understand it. but there you go. So there's some strange folk in the world, isn't there? So I'm going to pop all my bits of metallic off. Course, you see, look, I've got lots of little bits, little scraps, but I'm not going to get rid of them because metallic cardstock is practically gold dust, isn't it? So pop that there, and I am going to stick this onto here because I think it looks nice. And I'm going to use my glue. I'm just going to try my best to just dot little bits on there. It's not going to need a lot of glue, to be fair. The other thing you could do is you could run this through, if you've got one of those Xyron like sticker machines, that's a really good thing for these sentiments because it just makes them sticky, and then you don't get any of the squidging out of the glue. Now the glue is it will dry clear, so I'm not too concerned, but obviously it'd be better if it didn't squidge out. So I'm just going to pop that on there. Oh, has it gone upside down? Look, did it the wrong way around. Come back. There we go. There we go. So yeah, the glue will dry clear, but obviously if you can avoid the glue, then that is better. That is the preference, isn't it? So I'm just going to try and wipe some of that up. Although I'm probably making it worse. Yeah, I'm just making it worse. Right, let's just pop that on there. Squidge some more glue out there by trying not to. Goodness, what a messy crafter I am. There we go. It'll be fine. So let's pop that back into there, and then we can stick our sentiment on. And again, you could use your tape for this, because in fact, should I use tape for this? Because obviously I'm sticking it onto acetate here and it's going to slide all over, isn't it? So yeah, let's wipe that off. And that's because my liner tape is really lovely and thin, so it will go on the back of here really nicely. So let's just snip a bit of this off. So Jo says she thinks both ways look great, but she loves a bit of hollow. Yes, I am partial to a bit of holographic at Christmas. If you can't go bling at Christmas, you know, there is something wrong. Why is that being strange? I've got myself in a sticky old mess now. I just got overexcited, I think, and now I've just got glue all over myself and I'm in a bit of a tangle. I got all excited because it's Christmas and it's blingy, and I love my shaker card. I love it when a plan comes together, though. I'm a little bit disappointed that I've smudged glue, but it should, like I say, it does dry clear. I should have just left it well enough alone. I may have to cut another one if it doesn't dry. So it's penguining. Let's try and get this central. Not at all central, but there you go. So that has dried, but because I smudged it in with my finger, you can see it. And you can also see the other glue. So I'm not really happy with that, if I'm honest. I'm just using my, oh, that's coming off actually. Oh, that's good, that's coming off. So I'm just going to use my pokey tool to poke off this excess bit of glue, and it does seem to be working. I wonder if I was to use maybe one of these little what have I done with that now? Yeah, I wonder if I was to use, rather than poke it, I use the end of my bone folder here, then I'm not going to scratch the cardstock, is the theory. So doing a bit of a clean up of the glue. So yeah, I would recommend then, having done this way, that you maybe use your sticker maker, or use a sticker sheet on the back before you die cut it, which I think is maybe what I'm going to do, because I'm not happy, because I've scratched, I don't know if you can see, although I have managed to get it off, I have scratched the cardstock, and it just looks messy, and I think it doesn't look professional enough. So, lesson to be learned there, kids. Don't get overexcited. Right, so I have got somewhereabouts, I've got some sticker paper here. Here we go, some sticker paper, and I have got enough, thankfully, of my metallic cardstock. Whew, I've got enough left to repeat the process. So here we go. We've learnt a lesson. We've learnt what not to do. So there you go. Charlotte's fast asleep. Love mummy and daughter time. We'll let you know when Posty's been. Oh, absolutely do. And good night to Charlotte. And I hope she likes the finished project. We're almost there. So let's have a look. Have I actually got any of this left? What have we got here? Is that a sticky bit? Is that a sticky bit? That's a sticky bit. Does this stick both ways, or does it stick? Yeah, it sticks both ways. It's very, very good stuff. And I think that is wide enough, isn't it? So what you should be able to do is take one side off. I'll stick that to the back of there. Let me just double check that this is the stuff that I think it is. Yeah, when you remove this backing sheet, you're going to have a sticky layer on the back of your cardstock. So let's try that one again, shall we? Right, so Christmas, and I'm going to do the same with this actually, because it's going to help me stick this on as well, isn't it? And I'm going to have to do this at an angle to make it fit. That's just backing paper. That looks like that would work. So let me cut this down to the right size so that I know what I'm working with. Turn this over where you guys can see it, and then I'm going to add a strip of this. I don't know which side I'm supposed to take off first, to be fair, but I'm guessing whichever comes up easiest is the right one. And then pop that on there. Oh, it's a very sticky job this. Very sticky fingers. Who would have thought that this bit would have been the most difficult bit? Maybe I'm just making it seem more difficult than it is. Okay. Let's move some bits out of the way here. This is definitely the way to do it though. This is definitely the way forward. So, die cutting plates. Apologies for making it seem a little bit harder than it should be. But we're back on track now. So I've now got my die cut holographic piece, which I love. And it's got a sticky back to it. And that has die cut really, really lovely. And then it's got that lovely beveled edge to it, which I think looks really, really great. And then this one, I think the extra layer with a bit of glue on the back has actually helped it die cut. So let's grab this. So again, it's gone through lovely. Some of the back of that, does that come off there? Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's get that washi tape off. So some of the backing is trying to come off already, which is good. There we go. Sticking to my fingers, so I am going to hold on to it with my reverse tweezers, because this is obviously a little bit on the fiddly side. So now you see that backing's coming off really nicely. That's all off. So this obviously has spread out a little bit because of pulling it from the die. So we're going to have to position this on a bit at a time. So I'm just going to position the C first. And because we've got this background element, you can see where each one of those letters should be positioned. That's going to help you line it up really easily. And that, ta-da! That has worked perfectly. So we do still have our tittle in here, and if I can remove the backing, it will be rather a miracle because it's tiny, so you can see what I'm trying to dig it out, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. It's so small. So we may not succeed with the tittle. See if there's enough sticky there. Yeah, excellent. So I think the sticky must have come off already. Yeah, the sticky's actually in there. So it was sticky. I was trying to dig out sticky that wasn't even there. So I'm just poking those bits out of my die because you don't want to leave those bits in there because that will affect how you use it next time. So you want to make sure that all of the holes are clean. And then for this, we now need to just get the backing off here. So I'm just going to find an opening there with my pokey tool. So that came off really easily. That was really good. And I'm going to position that in the centre, under my sentiment. My sentiment is a little bit off centre, but I don't think it matters too much. And then these guys will pop up on some foam. because why the devil not? So, a little bit of foam on the back of this guy. I don't know why, but, and I think you probably think I'm daft, but I feel like this little character with the holly in her hair is Maisie in penguin form. I know, I'm silly. But that's just what it reminds me of. So I'm just chopping down my bits of foam tape here because I can, really. You don't have to do this. But I thought, well, I might as well utilise these other little bits that I've got to give it a bit more stability. So this is one of the cutest cards that I think I've ever made. I love the shine and the bling and the shaker bit, the interactive bit. I love my penguins, the colours, everything about it. I'm just so pleased with. And I think my mum and dad will absolutely love this as a card. If I can get the back of this, that would be great. So yeah, if you've not tried this style of card before, I would definitely recommend it, because I think it's very, very cute. So we're going to pop him there, and then we'll put this little girl there, and then we shake it all around. Oh, is that not stuck down? Did I not press it hard enough? There we go. So we've got all of our shaker bits. Yay! Claire says we love anything with a penguin. Yes, penguins are awesome. So I know on screen when I shake it about, it probably makes everybody a bit ill. It's not good to shake about. I need to slow it down. But if I bring it a little bit closer to the camera, so you can see all of the good shaker bits. Those little penguins. Very cute. Love it. Love it. Last bit that I didn't do, which I know I always tell you to do, is to add a few highlights. So I'm going to add my highlights to some bits on each of my penguins. Wherever really, and just to make them just pop a little bit. Very cute. And then for the eyes, a little bit of my glaze just to make their eyes pop, and we're done. So there you go. That is the first card of December complete. My very first edge-to-edge shaker. Thank you to Jane for the inspiration, because this is an awesome card. And it really inspired me to do the same. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that is being interesting and something that you might try yourselves for one of your cards. Jess says it's looking lovely. I'm really, really pleased with it. I think it's turned out super cute, and it was actually really easy to make the shaker mechanism. I really like that. We actually struggled more with the sentiment, but that was me and my sticky fingers. But the rest of it was really super easy to put together. So love that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. I really hope you enjoyed it. Look out for the pictures tomorrow. And like Shani mentioned, we do have the release. So the penguins are back in stock. The gingerbread family are back in stock, and the Snow Much Fun. So these little guys here, our little snowmen, are also back in stock. So if you missed out on getting them before, do go to the shop now and grab them while you can, because we are getting more orders and reorders. We've just had a reorder from Simon's Stamp in the States. They've restocked as well. So really, really popular set of stamps, those. So thank you so much for joining me. I will be back next Thursday with a new release. It's a mini release, combination of stamps, stencils and digital products. So if you're after some more inspiration, some more festive inspiration, then please do join me then. And in the meantime, have a fabulous weekend. And I shall see you all next week. See you soon, guys. Bye. Bye.